Is it out on Twitch? No, it's on YouTube. But there's nothing on screen.
Woohoo!
Yet. Oh, there you go. It's on there.
Okay. I'm looking, but it's not coming up on your channel.
It says live. Is there a delay?
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All good?
You're still, your iTunes is still upside down.
Yeah, I know. I can't work that out, but I can play it now, though, right?
Oh. You can hear us on there as well.
Is it too loud?
Did you want to hear us on the intermission?
Yeah.
You sure?
No, but let's go with it.
Okay. But yeah, you're gonna want to just go onto your iTunes bit on there on the stream.
On the stream? What, on OBS?
Yeah, on OBS. Yeah.
Okay.
Just go to it so that you got your dots on your corners.
My
To
dots
make it bigger and smaller.
corners.
Yeah, to make it bigger and smaller. Yeah.
Make what bigger and smaller?
The iTunes on your
Yeah.
screen.
Do I make
and
it?
then just do it the other way. Just do it up so it flips. Just go.
Oh, like all the way.
Yeah, go past the way.
Like that. Is that better?
I don't know. Can't see it yet.
It's
Oh,
not-
it's gone. Oh.
Hold on. Give it a second. Give it a second.
There we go. That's it.
All good?
Yay. Yep. You got music.
Is it too loud? Is it the right volume? It doesn't matter if it's intermission, I suppose, does it?
It's quiet.
It's quiet.
Compared to our voices.
That's right, isn't it?
Like it's fine. Yeah. It's
Yeah. I can still hear you doing Japanese. I'll do your Japanese and we'll start.
これはラーメンです。
Right, I'm going to mute my microphone for a minute. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm going to pour myself a drink and then I'll finish washing up. Then we'll start. Okay?
I'm muting myself too.
Alright. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What the hell? What's going on now? Turn that off. Mark.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Dun-dun-dun-dun. So, do I pause iTunes
Yeah.
and go on webcam? And it should work, yes?
Yep.
Okay, I've done that bit.
I have to wait. There you are. Wow. Yeah. I see your Wii. There is no sound. No, zero sound. Did you put the Discord? Oh, or was that you? Is that coming from you? Or is that coming from? I don't think it's coming from the stream. That's just that's just my voice. That shouldn't have happened in my poetry stream. Well, it was just play. It was, both of us were talking in the stream just now. It was working. It was. I don't know. Okay, that might be why.
And mic audio.
Sure, yeah. Well, desktop will be a good way of playing off the desktop, so not really. But...
So I don't need that.
Oh.
This is just mic, isn't it? Yes. Hello.
Hold on. I can hear you on the stream now.
Cool. So it's all good, yes? If I click off this...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fine. Click off what?
OBS.
Okay, just don't get rid of it.
I haven't got rid of it, obviously, but it's still on there, yes?
Yeah, of course it is, yeah.
Right. That's good. Everything seems okay.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely surprised.
For now.
I thought I'd cock something up. But 100% it's on the webcam, not on the intermission, because on my view it's
You're
still...
on the webcam.
That's all right.
I'm seeing you.
I'm sorry. Alright, well, we'll start then, yes?
Well, shall I update you on my Twitch?
What? Is it still on your Twitch?
No, so you get like achievements,
Yeah.
and there's an achievement for 7 unique days. Stream for 7 unique days, and luckily I've done 6 now.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
I've
done
helped.
5, but because of you, you've done an extra one for me.
I mean, if we do it again in a couple of hours, then you'll get another day.
True.
You have to stream tomorrow now, won't you?
I was gonna stream tomorrow anyway. But,
Alright, cool. Yeah. We'll plug that in a second. Okay, so welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. This is the live stream that will hopefully get us to 1,000 subscribers. It's currently on 997, I believe. I am joined by my brother, who is helping out as my technical director, I guess, or producer, whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
And...
That's right.
That's right, yeah? You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You sure that's my title?
That's
title.
that's your official title, yeah. You're going to get a name badge and everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do I get a pay rise?
You can have a penny.
Where?
Yes. Do you want to plug your things before we start?
No.
I will plug them for you then. If you look in the description, my brother has a SoundCloud where he plays beautiful, beautiful, soulful music. It will change your life, so go over there and subscribe. His YouTube channel's there. Our secondary YouTube channel where we play video games called Dark Place, that's linked in there somewhere as well. And my brother's Twitch streams are also linked somewhere in the description. So if you fancy any of that, you can check all that out as well. And moving on to what we're doing today, I thought this would just be a fun Q&A, and we're going to look at some old comments as well, and possibly some sporkles if you found some quizzes.
No.
No? Right. Alright, we'll just sit here in silence and just stare into space. And...
Yeah, I hear some crickets in the background.
I hope not. My house.
Oh yeah. Bats then.
Bats, yeah. Oh yeah, I did have a bat in the house once. Well, not even that long ago.
No.
That was the scariest experience of my life.
That was not.
Coming out of the kitchen and seeing a bat flying around the living room. It's unique.
That can't be that scary.
I guess not. It was quite scary. Me and my girlfriend were hiding in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Leaving the kids to it. And yeah, we were just sitting there screaming. Anyway, motorsport.
Yeah.
What would you like to start with? I mean, you've got control of everything, really, as my technical director.
With your description.
Yeah.
So this is your push to 1,000, yeah?
Yeah.
But on your description, it says thank you to everyone who's been a part of our journey to 10,000.
10,000. I'm expecting big results today.
Wow, what a jump.
I put an extra 0. It's a mistake anyway. Yeah. I've got my fingers crossed. Let's see what we can do. Oh, well.
Right.
So we're off to a great start. Anyway.
Have we got any people in yet?
How do you tell?
I don't know. It's very different than Twitch. Does it tell you? You should tell you, shouldn't it?
It says view 7. I don't know if that means people are here watching.
Just means 7 people are viewing it.
Maybe.
Well, hello everyone, if you're there.
Yeah, if you're not.
Should we go over? Yeah, start with the Lewis Hamilton comments. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd just like to give some backstory to this video. So this is the I dislike Lewis Hamilton video that I did, 3 years ago? Over 3 years ago? It's an old video now. But it was one, at the time, it's definitely one of my most successful. It was never the video I wanted it to be. I had in my mind, it was going to be my grand epic at the time. And it was going to be a long video about the media's depiction of Lewis Hamilton and all those sort of things. Things that irked me about him, some of the things he said. Unfortunately, as it turned out, we were moving house. And we were not going to have internet for a few weeks. So I ended up rushing out the video with about 20 others. And it was sort of just never the video that I wanted it to be. But because at the time it was, I think even then it was my most viewed video. I think it's still in the top 5 now. I've kind of just left it as is. But I haven't answered questions on it for a long time because most of them kind of go down the same path either way. And so it's just repeating myself over and over again. I've just kind of ignored them on that one. So it's been a long time since I've even looked at the comments. So I thought it'd be interesting to go back, have a look at some of these comments, see if my point of view's changed, or maybe explain why I thought some of the things I thought at the time. And I think some of them are quite funny, and there's some very strange ones as well in there somewhere. So
we're going to start off with a strange one.
Are we? Well, the plan is you're going to read the questions, and I'm going to talk about them.
Yes.
Yeah. So you may begin.
Okay, I've set it to sort by newest first.
Yeah.
So, I'll pretty much do all of them unless it's not suitable.
There's that. Also, a lot of them are the same.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to speed read, but the first one is sort of agreeing with you, I believe. It says, "Not even close to Shumi." This is by 4517 Only Glory.
Only Glory.
Not even close to Shumi, and Shumi not even top 5 in the history for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. Michael Schumacher was an incredible driver, but I think he was winning championship, especially 2000 and 2004. He had an incredible car under him, which helped him a lot, and I don't think he'd have reached those numbers without it. But he was still an incredible driver. I'd say there's probably, he would make my top 10, but I don't know about top 5.
Okay.
And yeah, I do think Schumacher's better than Lewis Hamilton.
Of course.
Of course, says the person who doesn't watch motorsport. But
yeah, of course. The next one is the opposite of certain comments that you get. We're going to cover it anyway.
Right.
It's from Mr. Jules 100. Because he's black. That's the comment.
Is that the whole comment?
That's the whole comment.
Right.
Which is not in your video.
No. I'm guessing he's just adding his own.
Oh, yeah.
No, I laid out the 4 reasons I dislike him. Is it Mr. Jules, you said?
Mr. Jules 100, yeah.
Yeah, so Mr. Jules 100's come along and he said, well, in my opinion, I don't like him because of what he said.
Yeah, I feel like he was annoyed that your video was so long with many points. I think you had to if you made a video just saying that, he would have been happy.
Yeah. Okay, so Mr. Jules 100 is a racist. We've covered that, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right.
We've got a bit of a long one here.
Oh, good.
All right, so this is by Philip Watson 8110. Okay, I'm going to try and read this best ability. Add to that, he's an arrogant git. He won only a couple of races, but then had the cheek to say he was the greatest ever. I will grant you he has won a record equaling number of titles, but to call this a car is questionable bar for. Sorry. Here's won a record equaling number of titles, but to call this a car is questionable bar 4 wheels. Suspension and engine, they share very little with street cars. Okay. That was the first part of the comment.
Right, okay.
They are, as someone put it, supercomputers on wheels, and apparently some settings can be changed from the pits, which means not all driving is performed by the person behind the wheel. I appreciate that in recent times, including the Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher times, but nowhere near as many as there are now. I'm sorry, but for me, as a sport, Formula One died with Ayrton Senna, the spectacular driver that was prepared to take chances and drove the car with very little computer assistance. Henceforth, they were won purely on driver ability.
That's a tricky one. I guess that just depends how you feel about the technology of Formula One. Because I think the thing with Formula One is, because it's sort of pitched as the pinnacle of motorsport, I've called it the pinnacle of motorsport, and it has to have this high standard. It sort of has to push the boundaries of technology as well. So there are definitely things that make the racing very artificial in Formula One, like DRS, things like that. But it's 50-50. I mean, you could say it's much easier for the drivers now than it used to be, and I do think that's true. But I don't think that makes it like just nothing. It's still tough. There's a lot of G-forces involved and a lot of physicality, and you do need talent. Like, you can get in a Formula One car and drive it. It takes a lot of practice, I guess, is the word. So, yeah, I don't 100% agree with that. I'm not really sure what the first part was all about. Yes, they do not have very much in common with modern cars. That's more of a problem for the manufacturers. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that one. Moving on.
He's saying it's not. You can't really call it a car, other than the fact that it's a car.
I mean, you could say that about all single-seaters ever. Yeah, I mean, there are certain elements that are correct to that comment, but
yeah,
I think it's an overreach.
So we have one here that you responded to.
Right.
Do you want to hear that one?
Yeah, go on.
To recap, he did respond to you back, so.
Oh, good.
And then that Philip Watson again responded.
Yeah, I think there's a few people that just were responding constantly.
Okay, so this is from an Piavelino,
right?
6598, and he said, "All hatred aimed at Hamilton is from the racists. He is the greatest F1 driver of all time, and we will not see another as good as him. 2007 season championship denial is racism. Bar 2008 racism. 2021 championship racism.
Racism. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said Max is already better than Lewis ever was. Pretty much killed him dead at Zandvoort.
Yes, he did a great overtake at Zandvoort. Was this 2021 or 2? How old is this comment?
Well, the comment was from a year ago.
Okay, so it must have been last year. Yeah, I think I remember there was an occasion where Max Verstappen destroyed him.
Okay. Well, he responded to that.
Yeah.
He says, if you are an F1 illiterate, excuse yourself. If not, we all know the reason we watch F1. We watch it to find out the results and drivers with the best results are the best drivers over a single race, a seasonal career.
Okay.
This bit he's put DIR Lewis Hamilton, which makes me want to say director, but I think maybe he means sir, which he isn't.
Oh, he is Sir Lewis Hamilton. He is Sir.
He's a sir?
Yeah, they knighted him. Because racism, I guess.
He's put director, so
Director Hamilton. He is making a movie as well, so he might be a director
very
soon. Yeah, it's going to be terrible. It's not got Brad Pitt. I think it's got Brad Pitt in it. And
Brad Pitt playing Lewis Hamilton.
yeah, and the guy who played Finn in Star Wars, John Boyega.
Oh right, John Boyega. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think John Boyega is basically playing Lewis Hamilton, and Brad Pitt's like a mentor figure. It's self-insertion, masturbation material.
Interesting.
To a worrying degree. By the sounds of it, from what I know about it anyway, I haven't really seen that much recently, but they were filming at a Formula 1 race. It's pretty gross sounding. It is entirely masturbation material.
There are plenty of examples of directors, like The Room. Where
Oh,
it's like,
100% Tommy Wiseau was making masturbation material, yeah.
Yeah, it's an ego.
Yeah. Oh, 100% this is an ego trip.
It'd be interesting to see one with such a high budget.
Yeah.
From Boyega.
I was looking into I was going to do a video about some of Lewis Hamilton's business interests, because there are some very shady companies who back some of his non-motorsport ventures, and actually some of the sponsors for Mercedes are quite shady as well. That I think one of them is like a consortium that also invests in weapon technology. But I didn't, because one, I don't really fully understand all of that anyway. Because obviously I say it's got like it invests in weapons. It invests in hundreds of things. I don't really understand it. But also it's just not very interesting. But yeah, but there are some very shady business dealings with Lewis Hamilton. It would be interesting to see someone who would know what they were talking about go for it.
Maybe a future conspiracy.
It could be a future conspiracy. Yeah.
So yeah, to finish this comment, director Lewis Hamilton scored 9 podiums in his first 9 F1 races and has won races in every one of his first 14 seasons.
Yeah, he hasn't since.
If Verstappen has achieved better, then he is better. If he hasn't, please sit down.
What? And he called me illiterate, did he?
Yeah, he did say has achieved better them. He is better. If he hasn't, please sit down. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that tends to be the typical comment anyway. So.
And then Philip Watson responded to that sort of like the same thing he's been commenting on your videos anyway.
I think you'll see that a few times.
He's just like trying to get his point across.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's the next comment.
Mm.
Travis Fubu, 9053. He's got a list.
Oh, fuck. I hate people who write lists in comments.
Number 1.
Okay.
I assume he's responding to your video, so I hope you remember your video.
No. Oh, is he like doing? Is it like the 4 points? Okay, that makes more
sense.
sense.
He's got 6 points.
Okay, well, fair enough. Right, go on then.
So number 1, he beat Button 2-1.
I guess that means he was teammates with Jenson Button for 3 seasons and he beat him in 2. But if he was the best driver in the world, he should have beaten him in all 3. Because Jenson Button was a world champion, but it was a bit of a fluke. He was a good driver, but I don't think Jenson Button was ever a great driver. So if Lewis Hamilton is this world beater, he should have beaten him 3 times. 2's not good enough.
Okay. Number 2.
Mm.
When he joined Mercedes.
Yeah.
When he joined Mercedes, they were not the dominant team. So your whole he left for better things. He's missed out the E. Yeah. He left for better is laughable. Also, McLaren messed up his pit stops many times.
That's the most dumb. That's stupid. Yes, I mean, a lot of teams mess up their pit stops. Mercedes are actually very good. They don't do it very often, but they have done it occasionally. Even in 2013, when Lewis Hamilton joined Mercedes, you could tell they were going to be the dominant force. Mercedes are a massive organisation with great... They are in so many different forms of motorsport. They have all the right people involved. You knew that was going to be a big thing, even in 2013, before 2013 as well. So that does not hold water.
Okay. Number 3.
Yes.
Yes. The famous Mer car argument. Hamilton had a dominant car for 6 of his 7 championships, as did Schumacher, but you're clearly a biased, butt-mad
hater, and he censored butt, by the way.
He sent. Oh, but his poor mum might read it.
Biased butt mad, which I've never heard.
Yeah.
Butt mad hater, and they beat all his teammates in that car multiple times.
But you said in your first comment he didn't. Lewis Hamilton had a top tier dominant race winning car for all of his championships, and he still almost lost one of them. And also, he should never have lost in 2016 to Nico Rosberg, so that was kind of a slight against him. And you can argue that at the end of 2021, Mercedes had a better car than Red Bull, and he lost that one too, even in controversial circumstances. So, yeah, and Alonso has said it recently, and I know he sort of quieted himself down because he got a lot of backlash for it, but he said Lewis Hamilton is fine running at the front in the best car, but once he's in the midfield, he's terrible. And that's always proven to be the case. In 2009, when McLaren didn't have the best car, he drove at the back of the field and moaned about it.
Oh.
Whereas Ayrton Senna and Tolman finished second at Monaco. So, just a thought. I mean, the car argument. Mercedes had by far the best car. It was almost unstoppable. They were getting 1-2s at almost every race, and other people wouldn't see them. It's way more dominant than any other car in history, with the exception of maybe the Michael Schumacher Ferrari. But I'd also argue that he won 2 championships with Benetton, and I don't think Benetton had the best car in the field. It was just Schumacher was just really on it those couple of years, and there was no one really to stop him. And he still got lucky in 1994, so... I mean, again, I think that's very much opinion. You can't really say for fact, but I think the car argument is entirely valid, and several people have brought up that it's not, and their argument for it tends to be it's just not a valid argument, which is not a valid argument. What's next? What's the next one? Go on.
Okay, alright, number 4. The claim that Hamilton never had any competition in the hybrid era is false. He had a competition against Vettel in 2017 and 2018, and against Rosberg from 2014 to 2016.
Yeah, and he lost to Rosberg for one of those seasons. Again, same with the Button argument. I don't think Rosberg was ever a top-tier driver. So if Lewis Hamilton is the best in the world ever, should have beaten Rosberg every time. He didn't. Vettel in 2017 and 2018, Ferrari, basically. But Ferrari did not have the car to win in 2017. And in 2018, they definitely didn't have the car, and Sebastian Vettel drove his arse off to keep the championship lead for the first half of the year, and then it all fell apart. It was not a good thing that Lewis Hamilton was struggling against those people, because he's supposed to be just way better than them. This guy's arguing that Lewis Hamilton is better, then it shouldn't be a challenge. And it shouldn't have been, but it was. So, but that's not to say, this is the point I've always tried to make. Lewis Hamilton is a great driver. I just don't think he's the greatest. And that's, I would use these arguments that, well, I don't think Sebastian Vettel's the greatest driver ever. I don't think the Ferrari was better than the Mercedes in 2018. And Lewis Hamilton, at least for the first half of the year, made hard work of it. And beyond that, it was more Sebastian Vettel throwing it away than Lewis Hamilton winning it. They just couldn't keep up that level of performance all year, the Ferraris. Okay, move on now.
Number 5.
Yes.
He sold the private jet. You're grasping straws here, lol.
He still owned it, and he still made environmental messages whilst he owned it.
He did.
He did.
This is from a year ago, but I thought that was a year ago when he did that.
Oh, he's made them since, but I mean, I think he sold the jet a few years ago now.
Okay.
I mean, he must have sold it. I don't know if he sold it when I made the video, but it must have been between the two.
Okay, so he's not got a private jet anymore.
No. But I would also argue that selling it, rather than keeping it and grounding it, still adds to his carbon footprint, or should. Because it's still flying out there. He's just sold it to someone. Whereas if
presumably he's still flying.
Yeah, if he kept... Yeah, he's still flying to races, so he's a hypocrite, yes. But if he kept his private plane, grounded it, or even scrapped it, it would then not be flying around creating more carbon emissions. But he didn't. He sold it, and someone else is using it.
Yeah.
So, so whatever.
Yeah, whatever. All right,
Whatever,
number 6, last point.
This is a long message.
You are just mad. He gets better puss than you, bro. Touch grass and get laid.
Right. Yeah. No. Intelligent comment. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I could tell you're a scholar, my friend.
Hold on a second.
What are we holding on to?
Oh. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
It says here that Lewis Hamilton doesn't have any kids.
No, he does not.
How many kids have you had?
3. Well, I mean, I've had 2, and I've got a stepson.
You've had 2. Well, I mean, I'm talking about getting laid here. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you
No.
at least have evidence that you've gotten laid more than Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, 100%. I'm better looking as well. Come on.
Whoa.
Oh, Hugo Boss, drop Hamilton. Give me a call. I can wear a suit.
So Travis finished that comment by saying he's never subscribing.
Thank Christ for that.
It'd be great if you subscribe now.
Yeah, if he's actually, I've changed my mind now.
Actually, you're right.
Actually, yeah, no, I agree.
All right. Next one. You got another hater.
Hater.
Actually, you liked this comment. You loved it.
Did
you
I?
Loved this comment.
I love this comment.
Yeah, it's from Hot Stepper.
Hot Stepper.
8420. 20 seconds in, I know I'd be wasting my time listening to nonsense.
So why did you? Like 20 seconds is quite a long time to wait. Actually, I can usually tell within the first 3 seconds of a video. So,
Yeah.
thank you for watching for 20 seconds, Hot Stepper.
Yeah.
Adds to my runtime. Fuck it.
SMG. So I assume.
Is that the
assume
gun?
Megami Tensei.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Submachine gun, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. He says he is the definition of ingrate.
Yes. Maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, you like the comment too, so
No. Oh,
you like that one. That's great.
yeah. Next.
So, okay. Tread lightly. From Chris Thomas, 2644. It says, loved Lewis in his McLaren days, and even in the early Merc days. But when he became SJW, that really turned me off him.
Yeah, there was a certain point where it just seemed to click. I don't know if it's a business decision, because obviously he's vegan and he's an environmental activist and race activist and God knows what else. I can't really remember anything else he said. But there was a point when you didn't see that as much, and he was a lot less preachy, at least.
Yeah. This feels like an old comment, because nowadays we would just say woke instead of SJW.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't damn someone for be necessarily being vegan or environmental messages. I know it's different for celebrities, because it always seems like they're just jumping on the wagon.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's preached all too much about his veganism, but he does have a hand in a vegan restaurant chain that is exclusively in the most expensive cities in the world, like London and New York and Milan and whatever. Like, I remember looking at it and go, actually, if he was making a vegan restaurant that was producing cheap vegan fast food, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. But it's not. It's catering to the middle class and upper classes. It's quite pricey, I think, as well.
Yeah.
What was the
So
other
it's not
point?
for the people.
No,
that was it.
his environmental messages are obviously hypocritical, because he's jetting around the world and racing very fast race cars. Yes, they've made jumps in technology that make them more environmentally friendly than they used to be, but they're still not very environmentally friendly. So it's very hypocritical.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for race drivers to take.
Yeah. I mean, he could have gone. He could go like, oh, I'm going to lower my carbon footprint by changing this, getting rid of my jet and all that. But he didn't do that.
He didn't.
Not at the time. He said that he was a good boy.
He's a good boy.
And he was not.
No.
Right. So the next comment.
Mm-hmm.
The TV 3583
Okay.
says the only reason you can dislike Lewis Hamilton is because of personal hate and reasons.
If that's true for you, then I'm sorry.
I don't know, because of personal hate and reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, the reasons, definitely, yeah. I mean, it's not hate.
Reasons.
I mean, there is the reason why the video isn't titled 4 Reasons I Hate Lewis Hamilton. It's I dislike him. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Hate takes effort.
Yeah.
I dislike him, and I do so effortlessly. But yeah, it's not like I'm thinking about him all the time going, "Go, Lewis Hamilton!" Oh. It's literally just, he's a knob. I'm moving on.
Well, he carries on. He says, there isn't one resume in racing that's better than his.
Yes, there's loads of resumes better than his.
98 trophies by 11 racing, 15 and 16 years olds at 11. And by the way, he's got periods, he's got no punctuations all over the place.
What he's saying, what he's saying is that during his junior Formula days, he was racing against people who were older than him and being very successful. The problem is that he was backed by McLaren from a very young age, so he always had money and technology behind him and the best advice he could possibly get. It's always made out that it was tough, but he had a bit of a golden ticket. He did not win a lot in his junior categories. It took him a couple of years to win the Formula Renault UK Cup and the one after that. And he lost to people like Jamie Green and someone else. I can't remember who won that championship. He was losing to average drivers. It wasn't really until he was in GP2 and winning that championship, which also took him 2 attempts, that he really looked like a nailed-on superstar. And when he debuted in Formula 1, he came in one of 2 cars that were capable of winning races. And he did a really good job in his first year. He was incredible. For a debutant, he was amazing. But I don't think he was ever the... Well, the problem is, the thing I've always tried to make the distinction between is, there's people out there, especially Lewis Hamilton's fans, who say things like, he has the best resume, he has the most stats, his numbers are the biggest. That does not make you the greatest race driver of all time. And I've laid out many videos, my arguments against it. Was that the end of the comment?
No.
Oh, there's more. Shit.
I didn't even finish that sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sort of. Yeah, I was trying to clear some of it up for you, wasn't I? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, 98 trophies by 11, racing 15 and 16-year-olds at 11, and even being awarded by FIA at the age.
A lot of drivers are. They give out a lot of awards.
Tell us who you think is the greatest, and don't forget to mention all the cheating involved with other drivers to win championships.
Which includes Lewis Hamilton, who's been done for cheating.
You can't compare Hamilton to your hero. He's just so much better. Compare, let's see.
Well, you didn't even give me a chance. All right.
I think he wants you to do a video comparing Lewis Hamilton to what you can think is the best driver.
I could name a lot of drivers I think are better, so there's no point doing a video on it. It would be too long.
You could make it into, Animaniacs, the United States, Canada, Mexico.
You give Animaniacs.
Just do names of people who are better than Lewis Hamilton.
Now there's an idea.
Yeah. That'll be your 10,000 subscriber.
Get to 1 million, I'll do that. I ain't fucking doing that for 10,000. Sign up to my Patreon, I'll do that. That's your That's your reward scheme.
You got a Patreon?
No.
Oh. I was going to say, you're not pushing that.
No. You can join this channel now. And I checked, there is the join button. And so if you join for $4.99, you get, I think, a couple of members badges or something. But don't, because I haven't worked it out, so I haven't done anything on it yet. Because I don't know how it works. I don't know what you're meant to do with it.
Okay.
But you can technically join the channel.
All right, and then you can award them later.
Yeah. I think maybe in the future when I've worked out how it works and thought of some really good rewards to give people, maybe we'll do it.
Yeah. Right, next comment.
Okay.
Cole145 says, what an utter load of bollocks with a vomit face.
Right. He was ill that day or something. Or...
Yeah. Or maybe he was. Yeah, he just eating a load of bollocks.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Fair enough.
Frank Henry 9680 says, "Shut up! You don't make any sense. You spelt just the letter U, and sense spelled SENCE.
Senki, right?
Senki.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
shut up! You don't make any senki."
Yeah. Okay.
Christopher Bland.
Bland.
5774. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate name. It's just commented tall poppy syndrome.
Tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, shall I look that up?
No. I mean, go on then. Yeah, go on. Let's see what tall poppy syndrome is. TPS.
It's a tall poppy
people
syndrome is a term that refers to successful people being criticised. This occurs when their peers believe they are too successful or are bragging about their success. Intense scrutiny and criticism of such term, cutting down the tall poppy.
Okay.
That sounds more like, because it says on here peers, so that'd be like another driver.
Yeah, I think that was
aimed. Yeah.
But that was a slightly more intellectual comment, although a bit bland.
Yeah, well, maybe a bit of an explanation would be nice, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Christopher Bland, he is. That's that's his name.
Bland by name, bland by nature.
Dimmel 6893. He says, "So funny how you got views on this video because of Hamilton's name, but no one stuck around for your channel, and your other videos are dead. All this hating, and you not even getting paid for it on YouTube. Damn, at least get a coin out of it, lol. You should be embarrassed. 12k views, but no bothered to subscribe."
Okay, this was the video I got the most subscribers from, by the way. So, and it's in the top 5 still. So I guess he's right in a way. Yeah. It is, heavy on views. So okay, fair enough.
What else?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I
mean, I would like to make a coin, but that's not how YouTube works.
No, yeah. But if you'd like to make a coin,
let's just get on the next one.
Bill. Azubuki Dike 6144. You are an idiot, and you'll never achieve that he has done in life. Did you want to achieve what he had done in life?
Not particularly, no. It looks like quite hard work.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy being an underachiever, to be honest.
What? Okay. This is a good one. This is a really good one. This comment is followed by 4 really laughy faces. It's by 65 watts, 65.
Right.
He says, "You hate someone because they don't pay their taxes." Yeah.
Yeah. I hate a lot of people for not paying their taxes.
Yeah. Google, Amazon.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carr.
Bernie Eccleston. Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon from London, UK 3484. So he's doxed himself. He said, 4 reasons your channel will fail. I think he's giving you an idea for a future video.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll think about it. We are pushing towards 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
It depends on your definition of failure. I know 1,000 doesn't seem amazing, but I never really planned to have more than 10. So, success. I've made it. This is it. This is the big time. Hello? Oh, you're still there? Good.
Yeah, no, I'm just,
You're just perusing, are you?
But this one doesn't really add anything. I just found the wording quite interesting.
Okay.
This is by Gladys Yaksuan 7216.
So what? Gladys Yaksuan?
Yeah.
Okay.
They say, "You have your reasons, but your reasons are reasonable. He is a great driver,
yes,
but he is just hated a lot. I dislike it when people hate him for his colour. That is just plain racist. So you have your reasons, but at the end of the day, he is one of the greatest drivers, whether you like him or not."
Yeah, that's true of Alan Prost as well, but people don't like him very much.
Yeah.
And he's better than Lewis Hamilton. Ooh. I'm not sure what point they were trying to make there. What was the point of leaving a comment when you're not really saying anything?
I suppose they're saying hey, you made a video and you didn't say that you disliked him because of his colour. So that's good. I'm glad you had your reasons, but I don't agree.
That's fine.
Okay,
Okay, fair enough. That sounds reasonable, yeah.
Yeah.
Within reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just funny. They said you have your reasons, but your reasons are reasonable.
What?
Rthermo853 says, "Be honest, you hate him because he wins and without cheating. And to be honest, you have to be a complete moron to put on YouTube. I hate someone."
99% of YouTube is I dislike someone for this reason.
And him cheating or not cheating? Sorry.
Don't they all cheat? Like the whole point of sport is to cheat without getting caught. Everyone knows that. Obviously, right? It's the whole point of life. Cheat as much as you can without getting caught.
Okay. HT Hammock 1.
HT Hammock.
Yep, he says, "You don't even know Lewis Hamilton. I'd suggest the real reason you don't like him is probably because he's black, even if you'd never admit it. And he wins all the time, and perhaps you're a fanboy of some other driver. Either way, it does not matter."
Okay, thank you for stopping by. Again, like, why would you just leave that? There's nothing.
I don't know. And if you did hate him because of his skin color, why would you never admit it?
Well, you don't want to get cancelled, I guess. But I mean, I had like
You
20 subscribers at the time. It wasn't really worth it.
Yeah. And you would do it on BitChute, wouldn't you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Go to my BitChute for some very interesting comments, which we won't be reading out.
You can't do that here.
I upload to BitChute just to have somewhere else to have my videos, and I didn't realise what a scary place BitChute is. So I do still upload there just because it's useful having somewhere else to have the videos. But if there was another site I could upload them to that I knew of and it was easy, because there was another one I tried and I was like struggling to do it. Can't remember what it's called.
That I'm seeing like Odyssey and Nebula.
Yeah.
Tried to use.
Yeah, no, it's a terrible idea. I think I couldn't be bothered with that. Maybe that's one of the ones I looked at. So like, BitChute was the only other one. I mean, it's like Dailymotion and Vimeo, if Vimeo still exists. But I mean, I could upload to there, but I didn't really see any reason to.
No.
So, but yeah, the BitChute's a strange place. What's the point we're making?
Next comment: "Live and let live," or "Live and let live." 2894. The comment just says, "Sore loser, hypocrite, woke."
I guess he means Lewis Hamilton and not me, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that is pretty much all true. He doesn't like losing. What was it?
Hypocrite.
Yeah, 100% he's a hypocrite, and yeah, I guess he is pretty woke. So yeah, 100%, I guess.
One Gianni says, "The third reason is just so true. Dude, I swear if there weren't Hamilton's fanboys all over the internet, life would be so peaceful and I would probably have some LH merch in my house right now."
Yeah, actually, that is the truest one we've had so far. His fans are the worst. They are the most hateful, bitter, spiteful, pathetic, just up oil protesters. That's it. That's all they are. It's the literal worst of humanity.
Okay. Oh, we've got another list.
Oh, good.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, go on. Why not?
Alright, number one. This is from Flom.
Flom.
Flom1951. He
Okay.
says, "Number one, a traitor because he left McLaren for Mercedes. Dude, he was at McLaren since 13 and managed to win a championship. Do you really expect him to stay there his whole life? Is Senna and Prost are traitors because they decided to leave McLaren at some point?"
I think the point I made in my video is I lived in Woking, and it was a very personal thing because I knew a lot of people who worked for McLaren. So I think maybe he just hasn't understood the point I've made. Because...
You sort of trained him for that, though.
Huh?
You weren't rooting for him before, were you?
Yeah.
As a proud, Woking...
Oh, yeah, 100% I was. I love McLaren. Like, I'd love McLaren to be winning everything. And, yeah, I liked Lewis Hamilton because I'd watched him come through GP2 and I knew who he was. And he was good. I didn't like it when he left McLaren. I thought he did so in a kind of shitty way. But obviously it made career sense why. I think I said that in the video as well. I'm sure, like, I know it makes sense for his career, but as someone who lived in Woking and knew a lot of people who worked at McLaren, that there was a lot of anger locally about him leaving for Mercedes. Even though I think it was all in good faith. I think McLaren knew and understood why. But I think he's misunderstood the point I've made.
Okay. Alright. Well, number 2, he says, bored because he drives the best car since 2014. I would understand you don't like Mercedes for building such a competitive car, even though Ferrari were at the same level of performance in 2017 and 2018. This is not Hamilton's fault, and other teams are not enough competitive.
It's not his fault, but it's his fans' fault for always bringing it up that it's not the car. And again, I think maybe he's misunderstood the point I was making.
Alright, number 3.
Yeah.
People defending him online.
Yes.
Defending means that he gets attacked. There are a lot of Lewis haters online who attack Lewis for stupid reasons, and yeah, we defend him.
For stupid reasons. Yeah. The problem is the people defending him go way too far. And obviously, it's a symptom of the online age. You do something, there are people on both sides who are going to come at you. Yes, that's true. But the people who defend Lewis Hamilton, his hardcore fan base, don't tend to be motorsport fans for a start. And they are also very nasty when they do it. And they're usually saying, ooh, you racist, you don't like him. Which is obviously the least logical argument you can make. When most people are just, he's a bit pompous, he's a bit of a hypocrite. That's the main reasons people don't like him. There's a lot of race drivers I don't like. And yes, there's a reason I made it about Lewis Hamilton. Because he does have name recognition, because he has a massive social media following. So it's an easy way to get views. But it's also a very easy way to trigger people. And that helped massively because it drove numbers up. Because people were watching it. Even if they're leaving hate comments, YouTube sees it as a... interaction. So it helped with the video in the algorithm because more and more people see it. So yeah, it was a baited video, entirely. I will admit that. But, I mean, people still fell for it. And it's still what I think. It's not like I was lying. There's 4 reasons. These were the 4 reasons at the time I could think of why I disliked him.
Okay.
Was there another one? Was it a 4?
Yes, there is a 4. He says his relationship with Nicole Scherzinger.
Yes, I did call her shit singer in my video.
That is... Well, no, they didn't write that. That's just how I pronounce it now.
Oh, right, okay. No, that's how I said it in the video as well. That was my joke.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, 100%.
That was Sean Lott, so...
Oh, was it Sean? Okay, maybe that's why I heard it. But yeah, no, I mean, her name basically is Shit Singer.
It is. He says that is his personal life, nothing related to F1, so I get it when you say it is the dumbest reason for disliking him, Lewis. So he agrees with you. You said it was the dumbest reason for disliking him, apparently.
Maybe.
He agrees.
I think, he's misunderstood, because the issue I had with it is, yes, it's his personal life, it should be whatever he wants it to be, but they used to talk about it constantly, and it used to really annoy me, because you'd have like an hour and a half build-up to a Formula 1 race, and they would spend like half an hour of it talking about Hamilton's dog. Well, it's actually like, if you're a racing fan, what you'd quite like the racing to be about is the racing. And it's still going on today. Like, if you search F1 news, half of the things that come up will be about Lewis Hamilton, whereas, like, sometimes, maybe I just want to know what Yuki Tsunoda's up to. It is entirely... Look, the video was meant to be about his depiction in the media, and how he was just all over it. It's something you see in English or British press, but you do not see in foreign press. When Sebastian Vettel was winning 4 championships in a row, the German press were not pushing him like this. It's the British press that does it. They do it to the football team as well, so it's not new, but that was the issue I had. That I don't care about his personal life. I don't care about it at all. I don't want to hear about it. And yet, against my will, it's being forced down my throat. Maybe I didn't explain that very well in the video, but that was the whole point I was trying to make.
The only thing the equivalent I can think of is tennis with Serena Williams.
Yeah, 100%. Exactly the same
She had
thing.
a baby,
Yeah.
a child, and then Wimbledon was all about how she was back from having a child, and she like lost the last couple of years, and
Yeah.
they never ever talk about the other tennis players. It's always about her, and it's like,
Yeah,
who cares?
and it's yeah, that is 100% what it's like, and it's 100% British media
Yeah,
or people using British media, whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm sure there's like I don't even know how it works, but yeah, it's always annoyed me how much attention he draws, and how
What I'm saying
much
is that
as a fan you miss out on a lot because the spotlight is always on one person. Whereas I don't really care about Nicole Scherzinger, but she used to be on camera a lot in Formula 1 programming.
Yeah.
So I don't give a shit. Show something more interesting, like the fucking racing. It'd be like in the middle of a race, I just go, here's Nicole Scherzinger, fuck off.
so they're like,
like they do it now, like you watch something.
His personal life. Go on.
I was just saying, like you do it. It's like sometimes you'll see, like there'll be even in British touring cars, they'll cut briefly for like 3 or 4 seconds to the driver's girlfriend watching a TV screen. I don't have an issue with that. It was just the amount of time that was devoted to it that pissed me off.
Yeah.
It was completely unnecessary.
His personal life isn't a good reason to dislike him, but they shouldn't put it. You know, it's so connected to the sport. You can't watch the sport and not see his personal life.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Even now, like you'll see him do interviews in broadcast. Like he was on the Extreme Heat broadcast recently because he owns an Extreme Heat team, and he was talking about women in motorsport, which they could have got anyone to do that. It just happened to be that they got Lewis Hamilton to do a long segment about it, where they didn't even get a woman to do it. Like he got the longest part of it. The women were sort of sidelined. So great job, talking about exposure for women in motorsport. Let's get Lewis Hamilton to talk for 20 minutes. And then we'll cut to a couple of the drivers for a few seconds.
You have a comment?
Do I?
Yes. Can you see your chat?
No.
Oh, okay.
Can you read it to me?
It's Kiefer Chua. Welcome to the stream.
All right. Hello, Kiefer. Thank you.
He says ranked best to worst. Ah, okay. He says ranked best to worst, right?
Yeah.
Alpha Sauber.
Sauber.
Sauber. Yeah, I'm not into this, right? I'm not.
All right.
Ranked best to worst. Alpha Sauber driver.
Sauber.
When Sauber driver.
Alpha.
Team between Leclerc. What? Leclerc, Ericsson, Raikkonen. Giovinazzi. Bottas.
Yep.
Zhou. Hulkenberg.
Yeah, you got that one.
And Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Gutierrez.
Okay.
Ranked best to worst.
Best to worst. And is it, how many is that? 8? 9?
So 8.
8, okay. And it's just on the Alpha Sauber or in general?
I think that's Alpha Sauber, yeah.
Okay. It's Leclerc, Ericsson, Raikkonen. Who else was it? I'm going to write these down. Hold on. Giovinazzi, yeah. Bottas, Zhou. It was the last two?
Hulkenberg.
Gutierrez. Oh, that's tough.
Gutierrez, yeah.
Best to worst. I mean, Leclerc only had one season at Alpha Sauber and it was good, but was it as good as Raikkonen at there? I would say Raikkonen, Leclerc, Bottas, or maybe Hulkenberg above Bottas. I'll start again. Hold on. Leclerc. No, Raikkonen. Leclerc. Hulkenberg. Bottas. Zhou. Ericsson. Giovinazzi. Gutierrez. Is that 8 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did I say? Raikkonen, Leclerc. Of Hulkenberg. Bottas. Zhou. Ericsson, Giovinazzi, Gutierrez. In my opinion, yeah.
Alright.
What about your opinion? What do you think?
Or just ranking them by their name.
Yeah, just rank them by your favourite name down to the worst.
Giovinazzi.
Is that your favourite, is it?
That's a great name.
Yeah, okay.
Ericsson's the worst. I mean, it's just boring. I mean, come on.
It's Eric, isn't it? Or son of Eric.
I didn't finish off the Flom comment.
Okay,
I
you can't
finished that comment with if your reasons were about his driving skills or his Black Lives Matter movement or his style or his Liegate in 2009 or the fact he complains a lot about his tyres, I would have understood. But honestly, I strongly believe your reasons are dumb.
By the sound of it, he should have made his own video.
Yeah, he could have done, couldn't he?
He's got plenty of reasons.
That's, back in the old day of YouTube, you had video responses.
Yeah. Yeah, he should have done one.
Bring that back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to get over some of the same ones.
Yeah. It's tough, isn't it?
He's not. So this is from Ace 3146. He says he's not overrated. Think about it. If he was overrated and bad, then why did Ron Dennis, a person who only picks the best of the best, pick Hamilton? That shows he was one of the best.
Overrated doesn't mean bad. Overrated means people put him on a pedestal and he does not match up to it. Bad would mean he crashes a lot and finishes last. Like, Nikita Mazepin was bad. Lewis Hamilton's overrated. There is a difference. Yes? Understood? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
I can smell what the rock is cooking.
Ah.
The first time he said that, he didn't say it like that. He said, it was in like an interview with someone backstage at WrestleMania 14, and he was answering an interview question, and he just he ended the answer to the question with, "If you smell what the rock is cooking." It's really bizarre.
Okay.
It's like it's completely different to how he ended up using it. It's just weird. Just a weird fact for you. Yeah. I guess it's like I'm trying things out. I guess, but yeah.
Hint of a wrestling channel,
which would be So, there's a great one called Leatherclad Critics, but they haven't uploaded for a while.
It's not bad. Don't bring people.
It's almost as if they can't remember the password to get onto it. I'm sorry. If you want to go watch a video of me like 10 years ago doing really shit videos about wrestling for an hour. Yeah.
They were really long.
They were fucking long, yeah.
I don't know why we ever did that.
No.
It's just that we sat down and we find ourselves like, oh, actually, we don't have anything to say about this. We picked the worst year.
Yeah.
Anyway, Uncouth, he says, "Lol, Nicole Shitsinger. That is genuinely hilarious."
Thank you.
Well, that was
watch Sean Locke. Yeah, go watch Sean Locke because you'll love him.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He was hilarious, unfortunately.
And also from Woking.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole Nicole Shitsinger thing is just a Woking thing.
I think it's a worldwide thing. Okay. Alright, so we've got someone from Alan Max Ted.
Yeah.
6215. And he's got 10 replies.
10?
Yeah, very popular. but I'll read it out because it's quite interesting. It says, a F1 fan since the 60s. Hamilton has killed it for me. Not just winning most of time because I have been through the Schumacher years too, but he finally finished me off by treating every sporting event into a Black Lives Matter demonstration, which I find nauseating and embarrassing. It's obvious many of the drivers are also embarrassed by getting dragged into each performance. Sport and politics should not be mixed. I often wonder now, Hamilton has finally decided he is black, what his white mother thinks about it all. I didn't realise it was going to get into race at the end of that comment.
Yeah, no, that was a bit strong there, wasn't it? I'm sure his mother would support him. I don't think his mother's going to go, oh, you're such a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I'm sure his mum would be like completely behind. Like mums always are. I mean, not always, but like 99% of mums are always behind their children. So.
And I think it's
nothing sweeter than a mum.
If he's against what he thinks of it as a performance, and he that shouldn't be on. Like if you're watching motorsport, that shouldn't be front and center. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I have no problem with Hamilton making points about race issues in the world, but I think he doesn't like the fact that he's watching racing and it's there.
Yes, it was very prominent for a while, and I did have issues with it as well. I think it's a very, very difficult thing to pull off well, and I don't think Formula One was the right place because everyone involved with Formula One is obviously an elite. They're in like the top 1% of the world. They make a lot of money. They're well travelled. They enjoy the best in life. Many things, like they have so many things that only we couldn't even dream of. It's so far and above a different world to what we know. They are not in tune with the common folk, and neither is Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is far removed from the people he claims to care about, and it's definitely all for social media clout. He is the definition of a slacktivist. And it was a little bit embarrassing. And also very divisive. And I don't think a great look for Formula One. And as soon as they could, they dropped it. They do still have their We Race as One, I think it's called. But it's incredibly hypocritical. Because it does a lot in support of LGBT Q plus AA. I used to know what it is, but I can't remember what all of it is now. But you know what I mean, like the LGBT movement. They do a lot of stuff in favour, like as allies of them, but they are racing in places like Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, places where homosexuality is not just considered a bad thing; it's illegal. I'm pretty sure in Qatar it's illegal.
Yeah.
Pretty sure in Bahrain it's legal. I'm not sure about Saudi Arabia. It's still frowned upon at the very least. But they're taking the money from these countries to race there, despite being or pushing this, I guess most people call it a woke agenda. I don't know if it goes that far, but they do promote it quite heavily, so maybe. It's unbelievably hypocritical. And if Saudi Arabia turned around and said, okay, we want you to get rid of all of your LGBT, I don't know what you call it, like movements, or what would you call it, like a program? They'd drop it in an instant because they want the Saudi money more. It's more important to have all that money come in. And these Middle East tracks, which are terrible anyway, because they're really boring tracks, but they throw such vast sums of money at Formula One to have the races there that they will not go against them. And it's a little bit embarrassing, I think. But the whole politics in sports is a difficult one anyway. I don't know where you would stand on it because you're not a big sports fan.
Well, I was about to say it's the same as football and wrestling as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Saudi and Qatar and those places, they love it. They go there.
It's good money. They're making a lot of money from it.
WWE have to cover up their women. And
I think the first few events, women weren't even allowed to wrestle.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll do it. Even though they have these campaigns and it's all for social media clout, it doesn't mean anything. Because as soon as the money comes in from countries that are not okay with that sort of thing, they'll take the money above everything. So if you're taken in by any of these things, you're a fool. And if you believe Lewis Hamilton when he says he's in favour of it, well, he still races in these countries as well. So he's a liar, hypocrite, and fool for saying it. But we sort of just seem to have to live with it. But as I say, it's difficult for politics in sport because politics does infect everything. But there should be some distance kept from sport, I believe. I think 99% of the people watching sport don't care anyway. But when you think that most people were just, they've worked all week, they're tired, got a couple of days off, they want to enjoy the Formula One, they want to escape from reality for a bit because all week they have the radio on or have the TV on and the news is depressing. And sport is their escape from that. And you shouldn't have to turn on your sports program that you like and be bombarded with politics telling you that you're a bad person, you're wrong for believing this, or this is your view and it makes you a bad person. But at the same time, if you really don't like it, you could get up and make a cup of tea and not listen to it. So it's not really a problem, but at the same time, I understand why people are against it.
Well, yeah. If they're making actual changes, that's good. If they're just saying that there should be change, then it's not.
Yeah, I think Formula One is a very difficult theatre for these sort of things. Yeah. It's a challenge for them to have an agenda and make it fit with the world they live in. And it's embarrassing when it goes wrong, and they get it wrong all the time. So I don't have a problem with the re-races one stuff, but I don't think they do it very well. They have all these social media channels, but they don't really use them correctly. I think they could use their YouTube channel more than the TV programming to do it. I think the stuff on TV should be saved all for racing. There should just be racing talk. Even if you say to people, we're doing stuff on our YouTube channel, if you go there's other content. People can go there and then you can have some of this stuff. But I think a bit of separation would be good. Because I think the general fan just isn't interested. If you know what I mean. Maybe I could be completely wrong about this. It's not like I'm an expert, but that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. That's fair. Next comment. Samuel Santos.
Samuel Santos.
He says, I'm a Ricardo fan.
Okay. I love Daniel Ricardo.
I would like to disagree with some of the things in the video. Talking about people defending him isn't a very valid reason to not like him, as it doesn't include him. Him moaning in 2009 is obviously quite annoying, but many drivers are guilty of moaning when things don't go well for them. But otherwise, if you don't like him, fair play, you're entitled to your opinion. I personally haven't got a problem with him, but I do wish someone would give him a fight for the title.
Yeah, that's all fair enough. That's quite a good comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that one.
That's right, you liked it at the time too.
Oh, good.
And then someone responded, Salty Bay responded, said, you got your wish, let's go, champ. Did someone fight him for the title?
Yes, yeah. I'm guessing that was around 2020 or 2021.
Yeah. Cool.
No, 2021, not 2020. Yeah.
Someone says, this, Mornum Pretorius 6130 says, this guy is such a moron. What about Michael's era when Ferrari dominated, and what about the McLaren era? This guy doesn't make any sense.
What McLaren era? I'm guessing you're talking about the late 80s.
No, yeah.
I guess.
The McLaren era.
I mean, if you're going to go with the less 80s argument, say, McLaren dominated in the 80s. Yes, they did, but I think the racing was more entertaining. And also Prost versus Senna. That was two absolute star drivers. They're both better than Lewis Hamilton, and they were fighting each other. So even though it was one team dominating, it was still exciting AF. The Michael era, there was a lot more going on in the midfield, so the racing was more entertaining. So maybe you just didn't notice it as much. But there was a lot of hate from Michael Schumacher when he was dominating. So it's not really a valid argument. Hello?
Yeah, I was just reading some of them.
Oh, okay.
Disc Deaf Knight says, remember the name, Lewis Hamilton. And you responded, with how much he seems to be shoved down our throats, it's hard to forget.
Yeah, that's entirely what I think about that. Yeah, no, still stand by that.
I wanted to read this one out just because of a discussion point. Niels Michaels, 1939. He's old, bloody hell. He says, when he stops being a gigantic ego-tripping, virtue-signalling, cause-stealing for personal attention douche, that makes F1 boring as hell just because he has a better car and crew, then I will stop disliking Mr. Hamilton. Continuous winning just because you've got a better crew and car was boring in the 90s with Schumacher. It's even more boring now. Never mind all the side stuff he does that makes him look like a giant douche.
Michael's in the 2000s, not the 90s. It's 2000, 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is there a lot to compare Hamilton to Schumacher?
They are the only two Formula 1 drivers to win 7 titles.
Okay. So
that's
kind of fair to...
They're the only drivers to hit really big numbers. And Lewis Hamilton did overtake Schumacher in terms of wins, although there were more races a season, and I think his win percentage is worse. Or it definitely is now. So his stats are always difficult because, I mean, one of the things that Lewis Hamilton's fans always bring up is, oh, his stats are amazing, but you can use other stats to debunk that. So, like, yeah, I'm sure win percentage is in Schumacher's favour, so it's, yeah.
Is, you know, like fighting, wrestling, or UFC and stuff like that. And I know there's difference because you expect motorsport to be real.
Yeah.
We often say wrestling or even UFC is fake in some ways. I know the deal is that if you are bringing more views in, then you get paid more, and also just. If you're bringing more views, you're more likely to stay as the champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they don't change it around because you are bringing the people into this whatever to watching. Is there any evidence of that being in motorsport? Is that like any sort of? Yeah, it just seems crazy to me that Hamilton did have such a long winning streak, and he was also this huge star.
Yeah, I think in terms of motorsport, staying on top is difficult because obviously the technology changes and it's hard for one team to stay on top forever. And in fact, Mercedes aren't on top at the moment, Red Bull are. And it's like a constant swinging pendulum, really. Mercedes were the top dogs for a long, long time. But it's not a unique thing. What has changed is back in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, maybe sort of the later half of the 2000s, like 2008, 2009, you had other teams and drivers winning. But since 2010, most races have been won by 4 teams. So Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, actually 3 teams. It's those 3 teams have won most of the races. McLaren 2010, 2012 was still winning, but not really since. They've taken 1 win since then. And you had like the odd like shock, like Lotus won a couple of races, Toro Rosso or AlphaTauri, whatever, Alpine, but it's rare for anyone else to win. And I think that's what's changed a lot with Formula 1. You don't see like a shock win for someone driving a Shadow, or James Hunt in a Hesketh, or John Watson in a Penske, or Ayrton Senna finishing second at Monaco in a Tolman. It's the shocks are much rarer, and the racing feels a lot less natural. But you've also got to think that back then, the reliability was a lot lower. As technology's improved, the cars are a lot more reliable now. Not bulletproof, but a lot more reliable, and that does affect the randomness of results. And if you had a lot of top drivers fighting each other all the time, it'd be fine. But that's kind of what Formula One's been missing, is the competitiveness of it all. And the ability for someone to shock. If that answers the question, which I've already forgotten. We've been doing this for an hour and a half. Should we take a quick break after? Have you got a couple more? Or
well, I'll finish it off with this one, and then you can decide what you want to do afterwards.
Is it the he kneels to poop one?
No, what?
I think you should look for that one before the end. But yeah.
Oh.
But if you do win that one.
Oh god, I can't find the poop one.
Yeah, there's hundreds of comments, so you'll struggle to find it, but it's there somewhere.
Oh, okay. Oh no, now I've lost. Oh, no, I was just going to say, the Joyzer 4911 says, because he's a Frontrunner Motorsport driver, ha ha ha. And you respond with ha ha.
I don't think I know what you meant.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's like when someone tells a joke and you don't get it, you go, ha ha, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because I guess he means because he's a front runner. My channel's called front runner, but yeah, okay, yeah.
Leave it alone, mate. Yeah, leave it alone.
Yeah, no, I'm calling the police.
Is this? Do you think this is one of the top comments? Do you think I'll find it that way?
I hope not.
I can't find it, man.
No, it says somewhere. Can you not do like a Control F, type in poop?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's in like a reply or something.
Oh yeah, it could be.
Yeah, it's something like, and he kneels to poop, lol. That's like, I can never work out if that's like a reason you dislike him or you like him for it.
Is that like, like, I don't like him. He wears his pants backwards. He kicks dogs. He kneels to poop.
Yeah, maybe.
Stuff like that.
Just listing stuff.
None of it's real.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, it could be.
Yeah, no, I can't find that. But
it's a good one. All right, we'll take a quick break.
All right.
I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then we'll carry on with something else. Or we can carry on answering questions if you want, whatever you like.
Well, have a think.
Okay.
All right.
I'll put it on intermission again, shall I?
Yes. I'm going to mute.
How do I do that? Do I just click intermission? Yeah?
Just click onto the other. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So that should come up eventually. Oh yes, I do. Yes. Right, I'm back. Alright, I'm back. Is anyone else here? I can't see the chat. If anyone's using it. Okay. And I think my executive producer is yet to return. But we can talk about other motorsport things for a minute. If you remember Haas a few years ago, they were sponsored by a company called Rich Energy, who I think the CEO was named William Story. A few years on, they still exist, but I have not seen their product in any shop ever. But as it happens, I am also a Reading Football Club fan, and apparently William Story is trying to buy Reading Football Club. So Rich Energy will just not leave my life alone. I'm very concerned about the future of my club. So if anyone else is very, very rich, if you could put an offer in for Reading Football Club right now, that would be great. Because I don't really want Rich Energy to own them. Yeah, so that's just a brief... Well, I don't know what you call it, PSA. Please help. I have nothing to talk about while my brother is not here. Anyone watch Super GT today? I've watched about half of the Autopolis race. It's pretty crazy. It's a lot of contact for a Super GT race. I can't believe he's just left me hanging. Where are you? Now this is the point.
Chatting, are you?
No, I was waiting for you to come back. I talked about some stuff. You know. Did you hear it? You were listening?
No, I wasn't hear it. I just got in.
Okay, so. I did just check something else, though. We now have 999 subscribers.
999?
999, baby.
Oh.
Call the police. This is happening.
Check it now.
Check it now?
Yeah.
Have you just subscribed? Do you not subscribe to me, you... That's just mean.
No.
Oh. Is it up to 1,000?
Should be now, right? I mean...
I don't know.
Oh, look at that.
Is it actually?
Look at that.
It's still not coming up.
It's coming up for me.
Oh, baby, the big 1,000.
Woo!
Woo! Psh, psh. I should have brought some like party hats and like bangers and shit.
Party poppers. And
Yeah. Doof, doof, doof. Everyone in the flats wake up, yeah. Okay, well, okay. Go to bed now.
I've never used YouTube. Where's all the party emojis? What the hell?
Do you have them?
Yeah, there's some. You got your classics on here.
Classics.
Your classics. Party. Oh, I just typed in party.
Party. Woo.
Party.
Party. There you go.
I've actually got my own video now.
Yay.
Thank you, my 1,000 subscribers. We did it, people. We're here. We're in the big leagues.
Yep. How's it feel?
Incredible.
You know, got a true sense of happiness.
Yeah, this is everything I wanted in life. Nothing else matters. I'm disowning my kids, breaking up with my girlfriend, and now devoting myself fully to being a full-time YouTuber.
Frontrunner is your child.
Yes, it is in a way, yeah.
No, it's not.
It's okay. It's quite strange because this never really... It's gone too far. This was never meant to go past 10 subscribers, as I said. And now I don't really know what to do with it.
No.
I don't know what to do now. That's it. So
What are you
achieved everything there is to achieve.
You want to talk about what your plans are for the channel?
No.
Okay.
I don't know really. There's stuff I want to do, but a lot of it would be difficult with the level of technology I have, because I'm using Movavi 2021 to edit, which is fine. It works, but it's not great. It's a bit clumsy. And there's things that I'd like to like film outside. And it's not just... We got a camera, but it's a pretty old one, I think, you know?
Yeah.
And we don't have like an outside mic. Which is a shame, because there's things that I'd like to do outside that I don't think we could do in a... We couldn't do them well enough right now. I think it's something in the future we can do. But there's plans I would like to do. As for the immediate future, I don't think anything's going to change dramatically. I have some movie reviews planned, which I need to sit down and do, but they take quite a long time and a lot of effort. So I think for the near future, it's going to be business as normal, but I think maybe I'll try and live stream a bit more. Now that I'm getting the hang of it, and if you come and help out every now and again, and we start getting a few viewers here and there, it's I think it's just another thing to add to the arsenal, as it were. It'd be nice to have a few different things going on, because obviously I started doing YouTube Shorts, which I'm not doing anything amazing with them. I could probably try a bit harder. But yeah, doing live streams as well as normal videos. I think trying to get to a regular schedule with videos, make sure I get 2 or 3 up a week, would be nice, because I can't always guarantee it because other things happen. Same with you, like it's not always easy to just do it as it is.
No, sometimes. Well, I think I figured out my how I create things now is that I've got to start. Usually, I've got to start it, and then I've got to leave it, and then come back to it and go,
this is what is missing.
I know what to do here. Yeah. So that's why it takes me so long, because I've got to finish with it, then come back to it, and I can analyze it in a different way.
You need to do is like start several things every day.
Yeah.
Eventually, like 3 or 4 months down the line, you'll be releasing stuff every day. Then
just do it, constantly making something, and then coming back to it. Yeah, basically.
But yeah, I think immediately nothing's going to change too vastly, really, until it'd be nice to have like a second monitor and the Adobe Premiere and a really good microphone and camera that I can take outside and film, and a green screen behind me, and maybe a set, and maybe buy props to do stuff and all kind of cool things like that. Unfortunately, I don't have the money to do it, and if I spent money on things like that, I would be a bad person, because it's money I should be spending on my family, not on frivolous things for YouTube. So I think as ideas come in my head, if I can do them, I'll do them. Other things I'll maybe put to one side for the future. But we're always looking up and forward, so maybe one day. When I win the lottery, this shit's going to get real.
Oh, wow.
I don't play the lottery, so...
You can have a HD camera.
Oh, man, that'd be... I mean, I need a new computer as well to actually be able to run this stuff, but...
I'm glad that...
I don't think old Betty down here would maybe able to do it, but... What?
Betty. I just realised we both put our headphones the same way when we're talking.
Oh, do we? There's about half of my head.
Yeah.
It's just so I can, like, measure the volume of my own voice.
Yeah, same.
So I'm not shouting at you.
I don't know how people do it.
No, I don't either. I mean, I guess...
Be shouting all the time.
Yeah, I guess practice and getting used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, like yourself, I think live streaming is something I'd like to do more of.
Well, I need to. We need to show you how to use bots and Streamlabs to get your channel-specific pop-ups, like when you get subscribers and such.
Yeah.
Followers.
Yeah, that'd
you
be
can
cool.
change it so that you can have motorsports themed ones.
And I guess in the future, maybe setting up Patreon and channel memberships and stuff. As I said, Discord, stuff like that. I don't really know how any of that works, so I think you need to come around my house and help me for a start.
Yeah.
But also, in terms of like memberships, I need some ideas of what to do before I do it. I don't just want to like say, here's my Patreon, give me money. we'll do like a Q&A once a month or something. No, I want to make it worth it, but actually trying to think of ideas for that is difficult.
Maybe you could do a video on that and see if people comment on it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to just like beg for money though.
Well, not beg for money, but like ask, if I did this, what?
Yeah, what would you
think?
want? What do you want from it? Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. Like merch. How the fuck do you make merch? How did people do this? Like,
you have merch.
do I?
Well, as gifts.
Oh, yeah. People have brought me Frontrunner Motorsport stuff, which is fun and weird, but and obviously a sign that it's all gone too far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think live streaming, is the big future of this channel. Doing stuff on live streams, so that's something to keep in mind.
All right.
So what do you want to do now?
I don't know. It's your production.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned doing a couple of Sporkle quizzes. Did you find some, or are we moving on from that?
That would be difficult.
Yeah, it'd be right if I could show like my screen and we could do it, and it's not something we can do together because obviously you're not an expert in this.
Well, I was gonna have you answer them, and I was gonna type them in, but I don't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
And not be able to spell anything.
Yeah, I just heard you try to pronounce a few names. It's quite a tricky thing to listen to.
Exactly.
But as a non-motorsport fan, is there any what race drivers have you heard of?
Don't bring me into this.
I thought
I don't know anything.
You're my first interview.
You
ever.
don't know anything. I don't want an interview. You should be interviewed.
Well, you can interview me.
I'm just a guy.
Yeah. I mean,
is this what you want in future streams? You want to interview people?
No.
Get
I honestly, I don't know how to interview, so
really?
I guess you could practice. Like, if I just got some random nobody and they knew as little as me, it'd be fine. Which is why
you can drive.
You drive a car, right?
Wow. How many wheels is on that car?
Does it go brum brum beep beep?
Sometimes. I don't know.
Interview. I'm not sure. I'd be. Yeah, you do know Schumacher. I was just gonna say I'm open to doing like interviews and collaborations and stuff like that, but it would need to be a good idea. Like, I need to know how it would work. If I had an idea for it, maybe I'd approach people, but I've never really been able to think of anything. But if anyone out there sees this and decides they want to have a collab, let me know your idea and we'll see what we can do.
If anyone wants to review a film or a game and needs some motorsport knowledge,
yeah, I'll be what do you call it when you have like expert producer person, like expert witness, but for films and stuff?
Yeah, what is the word for that? Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
It is a thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that's tough about live streaming is obviously I've got to do it at certain times of day when people are asleep. So it's doing it late at night.
I was wondering what your majority of your subscriber base, where are they from, and when's the best time to stream?
Yeah, I haven't checked, but maybe I should pay attention to analytics more as well. But
yeah, because for the UK, this is pretty late. So.
Yeah, there's only certain people up. But I know I have people around the world.
I got rid of it now. There was a funny comment on that Lewis Hamilton about he brought Africa to motorsport. And then
he didn't.
Someone's comment was, he brought Africa, he's English.
Yeah. The African nation of Stevenage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen that on other videos as well. I don't know if that's one person who just every Lewis Hamilton video goes around saying he brings Africa to Formula One. Stupid, because before he was born there was a South African Grand Prix, and that is technically in Africa. So it's not exactly true. There were also South African race drivers. So I mean, I know what they're saying, but they're still wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't even know what motorsport's on at the moment.
What, right now?
I've no idea. I don't know when like the quiet times are for motorsport. When's
winter.
What part of the year is the least busiest for you? Winter. Okay.
December, January, and February. Really. There are series that run through those months. Like Formula E starts in January, and World Rally Championship usually starts in January. You have things like the Trophy Andros in December and January, Dakar rallies in January, but the majority of motorsport runs from like March till November.
What motorsport have you not covered yet?
Oh, that's a tough one. Do you know what? Honestly, because I've done videos where I've talked about lesser known drivers, or I've done like what happened videos where I've gone through like a junior formula and talked about all the champions and where they ended up. I've covered a lot of different motorsport, like different series around the world and at various levels. Honestly, there's 1,000 different kinds of GT series out there, so I haven't talked about all of them, but it's a very complicated thing. And I don't watch all of them. I don't really cover them on the channel because there's honestly every weekend there's so many of them, you couldn't talk about all of them. I can't even watch all of them. And so a lot of them I watch when I have time, but I don't necessarily give them my full attention. Like I'll have them in the background whilst I'm doing stuff. So it's like I watch occasionally the Super Trofeo Lamborghini, whatever it's called, but I couldn't tell you who's leading that championship because I'm not paying that kind of attention to it. I haven't watched every race. It's just if I have time in a week, I will sometimes put it on while I'm writing a script or editing or something. So it gets like half my attention. It's not something I'm necessarily following. I very rarely mention it on the channel, although I have done a couple of times. As just one example. So it's tricky because there is a lot of different motorsport series out there, and you talk about a couple of drivers, you might talk about 5 or 6 different series, but at this point I've covered so many different drivers and different race series. It's picking out the ones I haven't talked about is really difficult.
I remember early on in your channel we joked about you doing NASCAR because you're just not interested in it at all. But I know you have covered NASCAR a bit.
Quite a few times, and recently I have started watching it again. So, wow. It's had an influx of top stars from other race series do the odd race here and there, and they've also tried to branch out in the types of racing. I still hate NASCAR. I hate the way it works, but I've been more interested in watching it. I still don't like it very much. There's a lot of things that I take umbrage with NASCAR.
Apologise if I'm quiet sometimes. The Discord isn't picking you up all the time. I think you're fine on the stream.
Yeah.
But on the Discord you're cutting out.
I don't know why.
During lockdown though.
Yeah.
There wasn't motorsport, so you had to put like toy racing and stuff.
Yeah, I did for a little bit. I did. There's a really great channel I still follow. I watch every video of that bloke because I find it enthralling. Is 3D Bot Maker, and it's just diecast racing, but they film it and commentate it like it's real.
Yeah.
They introduce the cars as diecast cars. It's not like they're hiding at their toy cars, but they have like drivers and teams, and they'll commentate on the racing like it's like actual racing, and they'll even throw in like storylines sometimes, and it's good music. The commentating, it's a really great channel. If you haven't checked out 3D Bot Maker, it's amazing. And the other one was the Marble channel, which I can't remember what it's called, but I am subscribed to that as well, and I tend to put that on when I'm stressed because it's quite calming. But yeah, it's the same sort of thing, but with marbles. I don't think the production values are as high as the 3D Bot Maker one, but that was very interesting. I do like that. The other thing there was esports and iRacing and that sort of thing. It's something I had barely paid attention to before. It's not necessarily my thing. But during lockdown, it was very much prominent because the race drivers who weren't racing were doing iRacing, and esports or sim racing, whatever you want to call it. It's not a world I know a whole lot about, but we have sort of seen the start of drivers who are winning in sim racing getting opportunities to race in real life. People like Chembuluk Bassi and Igor Fraga, Jan Marlborough, who was the feature of the Gran Turismo film.
Yeah,
that was awful.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah. So esports or sim racing, whatever you want to call it, is sort of becoming more prominent in real motorsport. But I don't find it very interesting to watch. And I don't know what the difference is with real racing. Obviously, I like playing racing games myself, but I mean, it's always the thing with video games. It's less interesting to watch someone play video games than it is to play video games yourself. I think that's
just like commentary.
Yeah. Which else you don't get with... I mean, you do get commentators of esports, but not the same sort of thing. And
it depends on the game.
I think the other half of it in real life is obviously... I don't know if you'd call it like the fear factor of like if someone has a big crash or it's dangerous or rather they're going really fast and that's sort of missing. You can't really replicate that with a computer.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Maybe not racing, obviously, but
What, danger?
in fighting games. Not danger.
No, that's what I mean. Like real life danger. It's like that real sense of like. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something missing from sim racing for me, but I can't give it the same attention I give motorsport.
I just mean that
Well, it just doesn't interest me as much, I guess.
split second of like a moment where someone had it and they just lost it at the last minute.
Yeah, I guess. I know what you mean. Yeah, but for some reason, it just doesn't grab me. Do you watch any like esports or anything like that?
No, not really. I don't really attend. I don't know. Yeah, I can agree. It's hard to not. Okay, I've watched clips.
Yeah, same.
Sometimes I like seeing how good people have got.
Yeah, but yeah, for some, I mean, there are YouTubers I watch who do upload clips of sim racing, and it's interesting, but it's just not for me.
Sim racing, I can't imagine is it. I can't imagine watching that because you're just learning the track and exactly when to press the buttons and then let go of the buttons. I don't know. It just doesn't. I mean,
isn't that every game? It's just practice makes perfect. Is what you're saying.
If you're like watching two pros play Street Fighter at each other, it's like they're doing amazing.
It's the reflexes, isn't it?
Yeah, the reflexes. You're like, wow.
You could argue with reflexes with racing as well because obviously split seconds in terms of like braking distance and stuff like that, and putting the throttle at the right time and turning at the right time and avoiding contact. That all does take like twitch reflexes. Like a race driver's reflexes will be amazing, and that is true of sim racing as well. I can't really say what the appeal is. I mean, I know I've seen like the videos of people's rigs where they have like the steering wheel and the seats and stuff. It does look so cool. I would love to own one. I again don't have the money, also don't have the space for one.
No.
But if I did, like, I'd be well chuffed. It looks incredible. Some of the things I've seen are like incredible.
Yeah.
But the actual racing itself, I can see why people are into it. It's just not for me. It's not something I'm that into. I pop in and out every now and again, but it's not like I'm not watching it all the time. It's like Twitch. Like occasionally I'll log into Twitch. Like if you're streaming, I'll watch it. But honestly, I don't watch a lot of other people on Twitch. Like mostly I watch YouTube videos and motorsport. So that's it really. That's all I watch.
What about water motorsports?
They were big at one point, like in the 90s. Like you would see powerboat racing on TV. But as far as I know, you don't anymore. I've seen it on YouTube, so I know it still exists. But I mean, I've never paid as much attention to it as track. I've never watched jet ski racing. I'm 100% guarantee it's out there, but I've never watched it. I have watched sailing.
Sailing?
Yes, not just at the Olympics either. I watched like I don't know what the challenge is called. It was on. I was doing other things. I don't get the point of it. Why is it a sport? It looks so dull. Even taking part looks boring. But I guess if you're into it, and there's an audience for it, why not? It's not for me.
Well, you can't cover it because it's not motorsport.
No, there's no engine, so it's not motorsport. But yeah, I mean, powerboat racing used to be really cool. I don't know what it's like now.
Yeah.
What kind of like because you used to have like all the video games as well, like Rave Racer, obviously, and there's another one on PS1 that was really cool. I can't think of the name of.
Jet ski racing games as well.
Yeah,
like
snowmobiles racing.
Snowmobiles. Yeah. What about snow?
Snowmobile racing exists. I've seen it. I think it's part of the X Games, wasn't it?
Really?
I think so. I think there's something with snowmobiles at the X Games. I might be wrong about that, but I know it exists out there. I've seen snowmobile racing. I think, again, because it doesn't get the same exposure, you just don't see it as much, or it doesn't come to mind as much. Truck racing as well, it had its heyday. It was massive in the 90s.
Racing, yeah.
But I don't think it's anywhere near as popular these days. But I know it does still exist. I do sometimes watch the European Truck Racing Championship. But again, and the British race, they do like the big long broadcasts on the, I think it's the British Racing Club or something. They do big live streams on YouTube where they'll hold like 8 different race series on the same weekend, and they'll live stream the whole thing for free. So if there's nothing else on, occasionally I'll pop into that and watch that. So I have watched British Truck Racing recently. But again, it's not something I pay a lot of attention to. I couldn't name all the drivers. It's just something I have on every now and again. But it's had its heyday, but it's not as big as it used to be.
Yeah.
It is those different forms.
Have you covered monster trucks much?
No. I've does monster trucks really count as motorsport?
I'm not really a sport, I suppose. No.
They have competitions though, so.
Oh, okay.
Monster Jam was a competition. It still exists, so.
Yeah.
I could. I'm sure I have a couple of times here and there. But yeah, I think it's just fitting it into the channel. Like, would there be interest in it? I just think I've favoured other things over these like fringe race series. Maybe it'd be interesting to do like one video rounding up some fringe race series and like just watch, like maybe on YouTube or something. Maybe do it as part of a live stream where we just line up some different, because there's like caravan banger racing. I think I've mentioned this before to you, where they have like, they attach caravans to cars and have banger races.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be interesting, like maybe like you and me, we can like find some weird motorsports and like outside of motorsport and just like riff on it.
The weird world.
Yeah. The weird is like really outsiders. Like there's like banger racing. There's loads of weird shit. Like in America, you have like the figure 8 tracks and stuff, which you only think exist on video games. They do it in real life. It's like holy shit. And school bus racing and shit like that. It's out there. It's amazing, but it's sort of, it's so fringe. You wouldn't get any views for talking about it, so it's not really worth the effort in a way. It's like I don't like it enough that I watch it all the time. It's just something I'll have on every now and again. I think that it's a difficult thing with YouTube is that you are sort of, even if it's not your goal to be a famous YouTuber, you are still kind of chasing views. I think it's just to try and give yourself some value in doing this. But I've seen lots of channels that upload like almost every day, and their videos get 3 or 4 views, but they've been doing it for like 9 years, and I admire the, like, what would you call it, the work put into it for so little reward. Yeah. But I think when I started this channel, it was never to get to 1,000 subscribers. At the same time, I think if it was still on 20, I would have given up by now. There's sort of like a limit to like reward, and it depends how much I enjoyed making the videos, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like I do like making the videos, so.
We've been at it for a long time.
Yeah, that is true.
Different channels. I mean, my main channel. I think that my videos are public anymore, but I do still have them up there.
Mm.
But they go right there. And they weren't doing too bad, to be honest. But you just want more. So my first, 2012.
Yeah, I think.
So I made videos. It was 11 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I think my earliest ones were like 11, 12 years back. So.
And then we did Leatherclad Critics, and then we've started Dark Place. And...
Yeah, I've had 4 or 5 YouTube channels over the years, doing various things. It's just this one's the only one that's had any kind of like.
I had a go at
audience,
animating wrestling figures, stop motion stuff.
Yeah.
At one time, and I stickmen fighting animations and stuff like that.
That was something I was thinking about doing with cars, because obviously my son has a massive tub of toy cars. I was kind of thinking, like, is there anything I could do like stop motion? Because I love stop motion stuff. That's something I could watch all day. Who's the famous Czech guy? Jan Smenke?
Yeah.
You know who I mean?
I know what you're thinking of, yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he is incredible. Stuff like that I could watch all day. I would love to do something like that.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
No.
Swank Major.
Yeah, but I think, again, it comes down to technology and know-how and having an idea worth doing with something like that. I think I was thinking like doing like some kind of like wacky races sort of thing, but then I thought it doesn't really fit with anything else on the channel. It's a bit strange.
Oh no. Yeah.
But if I got like clay or plasticine or whatever and got the toy cars out and did something stop motion, I think it'd be fun. I don't know if it'd necessarily be good. It wouldn't be worth putting up on the channel, but I might just enjoy doing it for myself.
Yeah, you would have to make a side channel.
Just
your animation career.
There will be no animation career, 100%. That will not get to 1,000 subscribers. It would have like 3 pity subscribers.
Yeah.
People feel sorry for me. Yeah, it's like, what a fucking loser. I'm going to give him a sub just to hope he sort of give him a boost.
It's nice to see kids doing animation.
When it comes on, it's like beard, hairline receding. No life.
Oh. Well.
Yes. If anyone's wondering, we were talking about your channels earlier. If you've watched a Carspiracy video, whatever, and you really like the 20-second intro, like you think it's an absolute banger of a track, this man right here, he's got the full thing on his channel, so you should check that out. If you like that track, he's the man who made it. So send him your plaudits. Round of applause for you for that track. I fucking love it. I think it's an absolute banger.
Yeah, I've just checked. So, it's 1 minute 52 seconds.
Yeah,
long.
It's in my iTunes. I have listened to it for fun. So for fun. It's just in a playlist.
Hold on a second. Back up.
I
didn't just make
Rewind.
I didn't just make the music. I made the intro.
You made the actual intro yourself as well. Yeah, you did that for me. I thank you very much. It's a classic intro. I think it's the best thing in the world. It's much better than the old intro I had, which was absolute shite and way too long. I think it's like 40 seconds. It was a collection of crashing clips put to a royalty-free track I found. It was like 40 seconds long, which is twice as long as it should have been. It's fucking awful. I mean, I used it for like a year and a half, 2 years as well. It's in a lot of videos.
Yeah.
And looking back, I hate it. I think it's really cringy. I don't even use an intro for most of my videos now. It's I start them all by saying hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport, and I end them all with have a good one.
I remember you using that freaking ukulele music.
Yeah, I think that was like the first year of the channel. Every video had the same royalty-free ukulele track, which is just the most irritating thing in the world. And it's just
I've heard that.
Yeah. You hear it in a lot of YouTube videos. It's like there's people just use the same ukulele track. I hear it. Like, it's internet historians used it, and there's a football channel I like called The Irish Guy. He's used it, or he uses it quite a lot. And I didn't even realise it seems to be the go-to for all YouTubers. But yeah, so I replaced that with tracks from Total Driving, which is a great PS1 game that I loved playing when I was a kid. And it's much better, obviously.
Yeah.
I've had like one or two comments say they don't like it, or it's like it's too loud and it drowns out, and I've had to like meddle with the volumes a lot. But I think having a backing track through the video helps, because there's always gaps. Like when you're talking, there's gaps, and I think just having even if it's low, having some background music helps keep the energy of the video up.
Yeah.
I don't know what you feel about that, but I quite like
No,
having a
100%.
backing track going through the video. Like it's not. I try to keep the volume low on it, so it's not like crowding things out.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just there.
I don't think I know anyone that doesn't use background music.
In some
I know
way.
some YouTubers that will actually put the tracks of the video, usually video music, or
Yeah.
if they are using other people's music, they will put the name on the video.
Yeah, I don't know who composed the actual tracks. I think I have in mind music from Total Driving or something. I just give credit to the actual game rather than the person, but I love that game. I love that music, and it's been a big part of this channel since we got rid of the ukulele music. And there are videos on this channel that have the 40-second intro and the ukulele music. And they must be terrible. There's like one of my really, really early videos. It must be in like one of the first 10 I did is really, really early on. It was like a race driver and their football counterpart. It was a really dumb idea for a video. But it was like, this is the footballer I equate to this race driver. It was awful. It was terrible. It's a stupid idea. It was an awful video. I forgot to turn the ukulele music down, so you can't even hear what I'm saying. So it is just pictures of race drivers followed by a picture of a footballer with a really annoying ukulele track playing over it.
Amazing.
I know, it's art in its own way.
Amazing.
But I don't take anything down, because I think I've made it, I've put it out there, it deserves to exist. So fuck it.
I'm a little bit more fussy.
Yeah, it can go either way. I mean, I think the reason this channel has got to 1,000 subscribers is because I've made 860 videos or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So there's always something getting views, and I think that does help. I think it's something you just got to figure out how you want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many views I get a day, so I'm nowhere near an expert on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry. So in the last 48 hours, I have had 1.2 thousand views, and that's over a variety of videos. So I think just having lots of videos does help.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's probably a lot of really shit ones that turn people off.
So your channel, you had the idea of covering the motorsport as it came on. So you had you could make videos consistently.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where depending on what your subject of choose to do, sometimes that isn't so easy. With Dark Place, we tried to do it quicker, and I think since we started doing that, more production into our videos, a bit more time into our videos, I think we've been happy with it.
Yeah. Now I've enjoyed. Like Dark Place has not taken off. Like we got like 38 subscribers, and we've been doing it.
I know.
It's like 400 videos over 2 or 3 years. But the reason I haven't given up on it is because I do really enjoy making videos for it.
Yeah.
Even just like playing Gabriel Knight with making a video out of it in mind, it gives another dimension to a game that I have played before. So it's nice to it's like discovering something you already know from a different angle, or looking at something you already know from a different angle, and trying to make jokes about it and be informative and have like a YouTube video in mind as you play.
Yeah.
It's an interesting way to do it. I mean, is that channel ever going to take off? Maybe one day. Maybe it will hit the right video and it will get a lot of views and something will happen with it. But
Yeah, we've done all right with
Yeah.
some videos.
yeah, I think
And that's the thing. The recent videos that we put more effort into got more views.
the best video on that channel is the Ninja Terminator review, which I consider a top class YouTube video.
Oh, I think it was one of yours, wasn't it?
No, I mean that's the one I like the most.
Oh, okay.
Like that's a video I would put on because I enjoy watching it.
Yeah, I think one of your Star Wars ones is the most.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about most views. I was just talking about the best
I
video
know,
in general.
so-
Like. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to go to Dark Place, check out the Ninja Terminator movie review that you did. It was, I think that's an incredible video. I really enjoy it. It makes me laugh. It's especially for Bomb bit, but
Oh yeah. Oh my god! Just completely random. There's nothing related to Frontrunner or anything. Ninja Terminator, the Garfield phone.
yeah,
What's that? Is that program where people bring in? They bring in something to sell. There's like a room of sellers.
like
and
Antique
they-
Roadshow.
Or buyers, sorry. It's not Antique Roadshow. It's that you got these
Flog
like,
it.
buyers, and they
Oh, I know what you mean. Yes, yeah, I know what you mean.
Shove it,
Yeah, it's like Dragon's
Someone
Den,
brought
but
in-
in reverse, like for old shit instead of business
Someone
ideas.
brought in the Garfield phone.
Really? And did
And I
they
was
go?
like, it's for Ninja
"This-"
Terminator.
And of course, this is the famous phone from the film Ninja Terminator.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's one of my favourite films of all time. Have you seen the video about it on Dark Place?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
We didn't have any subscribers, but they gave it a bloody good go.
a bloody good go.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Talking about like I just done the Kathy Rain video, and I was like,
yeah.
the reason why I didn't like it so much, I just felt like, here's just, it's a review for a game. It's kind of simple review, but that's now it's gotten. That's the third one now, and I'm like, okay, I think I can do better than this now. You know, I think.
Yeah, I think I like the Cabby Rain video,
It's
but I think it's a bit short.
it's alright. It's a mini review.
Yeah, I know, but I think like you can go into the plot a little bit more of those sort of things. Like I know it's quite difficult when you try not to do spoilers and shit, but
Yeah, it's just that I didn't like. If you got to find your identity, you don't want to like head on.
yeah, it's hard. Like
Done review wise.
it's hard. I think the thing with video reviews as well is really they've been taken as far as they can go.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what else you can add to like the best video reviews.
I mean, my Starman review was fun just because I just put loads of David Bowie references.
Yeah,
That was just a bit of fun. It was also, I just realised that's 2.5 minutes, and then Whistle was nearly 4 minutes, and then Cafe Rain was almost 7 minutes.
yeah. So your videos are getting longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I mean. I'm doing Gabriel Knight at the moment. I'm doing a couple of other things. I think I'm gonna go back to that Rustler I played on that. I did that weird, random Steam game video. And I played Magical High School. It's not great. I mean, I think because I did leave it up to random chance. Like I didn't pick those videos. I legitimately I found like a website with a spinner. I typed in how many Steam games I have. I think I did it a couple of times because I think the first couple of times it was games I'd either already played or there were sequels or something. I can't remember now. Or it might have actually even gone to my video editor. And yeah, so I did the spinning thing and I played the games it randomly chose. So, and I then like filmed myself on the spot trying to talk about them. And it was the Magical High School one, Magical High School Girl, whatever it's called, especially.
Yeah.
That was a bad game, and it was very hard to find things to say about it that weren't just this is shit and I hate my life.
Yeah.
But then the other game I played was The Rustler. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
It has an FMV opening sequence, but then it's like a top-down Grand Theft Auto parody. So I did like the first couple of missions. It's fucking amazing. So I think I'm going to finish Gabriel Knight and I'm going to keep playing that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You don't have to check out my video, but at least just check out the FMV opening to The Rustler because it's fucking hilarious. There's bards like beatboxing, so
The hell?
yeah, you honestly watch it. It's so funny.
It's a hidden gem.
It is, honestly, it is 100%. I think we can end this now. I think we're at 1,000. I think everything good that has happened in the world has happened. I'm getting a bit tired now. I've been up since like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I did a car boot earlier. So I would quite like to go to bed. I've got to get up in like 6 hours as well because I've got to take my son to school.
Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Kiefer for the question.
Yeah.
Thanks for the 1,000 subs. Eh?
Yeah, it's incredible. Honestly, I never thought we'd hit something like this. It's unbelievable. Thank you, everybody. And thank you as well for coming in and helping me. You'll be back, I'm sure. You're my official executive producer now. So
I have to go back in the cage now.
yes, I will get my cattle prod and put you back in the cage.
No.
Get back. You'll be washing the gib suit tomorrow.
Excuse me? Right now.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us if you have, and have a good one.
Play the theme song.
The theme song. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer be live. That's the point. That's why I clicked it.
You won't be alive.
You won't be alive, huh? Right, it's gone now. Bye.
Bye bye.
It's done. That's it. It's over.